Hello, everyone. I would like to invite you to our Friday reflections. I hope all of you are doing well and had a great Thanksgiving and are off to a good start to the rest of your holiday season here with Advent and Christmas. I would just remind you that our theme during Advent is light, more specifically, let your light shine, as we look at the ways in which God is our light and shines into our lives so that we can then reflect that light to others. I would again encourage and remind you about a number of activities happening here during Advent over the next several weeks. Please watch your announcements for those, most specifically regarding our midweek Wednesday services, which are both in person and live streamed. Our Light Fest, our first inaugural Light Fest that we're having on December 12th from 5 to 7, and we need more people to come and decorate their vehicles and be a part of that, again, hoping to bring God's light into our community and to the people in this area. There's an Advent devotional that was put together that you can use at home with your family or by yourself or with your spouse, however you'd like to do that, in addition to the devotional that came with all the kids' crafts that are being delivered to you as well. So all of these are ways that we hope to continue to bring the light of Christ into your life during Advent, being that we're in different and maybe more difficult times this year than normal, and ways in which we can again experience the light of Christ, but then also hopefully share that light with others. You know, when you think about light in the Bible, I think, as I mentioned last night in my sermon at the Vespers on Wednesday night, I think it's sometimes hard for us to understand the importance of the sayings of light that we find in the Bible. We live in a world today that's full of light. All we have to do is flip a switch, lights come on. And we have lights that, illumine our roads and stores. And we have light all around us. And probably about the only time we really truly understand darkness is when we have a power outage. But that wasn't the way it was in biblical times. Back in biblical times, they didn't have power and lights like we have now. All they had was candles. And they would light a candle, and that was their light. And so you can start to understand why you have so many sayings about light, especially in reference to God being their light, Christ being the light of the world, how we are called to be lights, because light was so important. And so I'd like to do the next few weeks is just take a look at the different uses for light and fire, as a way of maybe helping us to understand what the Bible was talking about when it uses this image so much. And one of the things that I think of when I think of light or fire, as you look at a candle, is warmth. There's nothing neater than a campfire or a fire in the fireplace. The warmth, that you can get off of that keeps you warm. And sometimes how people will huddle around it and come close, around that fire. And I gotta believe that one of the references or one of the understandings of light in the Bible was that of the warmth of God's love, the warmth of the love of Christ that brought people together, that brought them together as families, as neighbors, as communities. And during this time of Christmas, it's easy to get sidetracked by so many things that we really missed out on the important pieces of Christmas. And that really is remembering and experiencing once again the warmth of God in a babe born in Bethlehem that came, to be with us, Emmanuel, God with us, to be with us and to bring us forgiveness and new life. And also the warmth of family and friends. And I realize that warmth sometimes can't happen through gathering, but there's so many other ways that we can share the love of Christ with one another, with family and friends and neighbors, that is safe. And again, is a reflection of that light of Christ in our lives. I think here of that saying that Jesus says that, what good does it do for a person to gain the whole world but lose their life in the process? What can you give in return for your life? And Jesus was telling the disciples that around the whole conversation of following him, of letting go of all the worldly things and all the things around them that they thought were going to bring them such happiness and joy, and really just following him and finding true life. And I think those are really, really good words and good reminders for us during the holiday season. So many times I get to the end of the holiday season or after, I look back and think, wow, I really missed out on a lot. I missed out a lot with my faith development, with my faith community, and with my family and friends because I was so busy trying to do the things that I thought needed to be done. It's a danger we all face. It's a risk. And really, we need to be able to step back and really take time to remember the warmth of the lights that we have around us, the warmth of fires that maybe we experience, and just remember through them the love of Christ and the love that we have for each other, what is truly important in life. So when you're out and about this holiday season, you see lights, or maybe you have a fire at home, remember first and foremost the warmth of Christ, the light of God that shone into our lives in a babe born in Bethlehem, so that we would know life, we would know God's love, we would know warmth in our own lives and be able to enjoy that in community. That is my hope and prayer for all of us during this holiday season. May the warmth, the love of Christ fill your hearts despite the challenges of today, so that maybe in a very real way we will remember the true meaning of Christmas. Have a great day, folks.